Well, I was in a pretty boring job. I work in fashion, so I've just been working in fashion my whole life. And Carl and Camo, they work in Monash University, but well, Carl and Camo, they've been playing with lots of bands. And I used to do stand-up, so not music at all, but like we were walking around and suddenly it came together.
So how did the band actually form?
Well, I think that we had the best excuse in the world. It was having some beers. And I've been writing lyrics for quite a long time, just for pleasure. And one day after having lunch, we just came together and I showed Carl all my lyrics and we start, mocking around with the bass and with the guitar, my limited skills in music, and suddenly just everything was happening. So we just started recording 3 songs and we called Camo. He came and we did it quite in improv and it just ba-boom.
It's not my life is not as good as you thought. You had bigger plans than being stuck in a 9-to-5 job.
And the name Jackie Got Lemons, how did that come about?
Well, that's quite funny because my sister had a lemon tree. There was a housewarming present from one of her friends. It's called Jackie, and the lemon tree never harvested, so never gave us lemons until one day, and she just came into the house and was like, "Oh my God, Jackie got lemons! Jackie got lemons!" So we started laughing, and we thought that it was a great name for a band, and that's how it came up.
It's a trio with bass, drums, and vocals.
Yeah.
Was it always going to be that minimal?
Yeah. I think that from the beginning it was going to be that minimal. Like, we never had a second thought about introducing guitars, or we do have a minimal keys in some of our songs, but it was like this from the beginning. I think that that's the only thing that we were pretty sure about when we started.
And the songs, how do they come together?
Whoosh. I think that when I write a song, I just mainly focus on stupid human behavior. I just think that there is too many people doing love songs, so I'd rather be writing of something that is happening in society right now, and as a satire, and just work with it and just have a laugh. Because at the end of the day, I reckon that that's gonna make you feel the same, or and I think that it's pretty relatable.
What about the band's sound? Are there other acts that you are collectively into, or are there other trios that you admire?
Definitely, I admire Morphine. That's one of my favorite bands, and I think that was quite of a big influence in our sound, even if we don't have a saxophone. But I think that, that kind of era, that kind of music, a little bit garage, lo-fi, with something interesting, it was quite a big thing. It is quite a big thing of how we create and what we want to achieve.
Step out of your shitty comfort zone. There is no room for your dreams if you stay at home.
The name of the album is None of Your Business.
Yeah.
Why is that the title track?
I think that it is funny because someone was asking me, what is going to be the name of your album? And I just suddenly one day that I had few beers on, I was like, it's not none of your business. And it was so funny. We laughed so much that I reckon that was the approach of it. And at the end of the day, it's really none of anyone's business what you do or what you say, So it was quite a little bit of a statement. And that last song of our album, which is the same name, None of Your Business, is just reflecting, how much we want to get these days. That never is enough, and we work, but we just kind of leave our life behind just for the comfort zone of having a job and having as much money as we can, when I believe that life is not about that, and sometimes, we just leave aside that part. But that song actually came because one day I was watching $1 Million Listing. So I found really funny, the ambition of selling all these properties and just getting as much money and, all that pretentious side of life. So I just think that that's how it came together.
This is how it should be. This is how it should be.
So the band is made up of bass and drums and vocals. Although on the album there's a little bit of piano on Boundaries, and I believe a piccolo bass on the track My Girls. So is that bass and drums format set in stone, or can you see a day where other instruments are included in the band?
I think that it's beautiful to be open to having more instruments, but that's our base, like we are that. But I think that, like as I said before, I would never thought just to be writing about love songs because it's not me. And recently I wrote one because I am in love. I wasn't before. So I think that, to add something different, you have to be open about it. Like if one day we have a saxophone, I will be the happiest girl on earth. So I think so. I think that we will, kind of, what is the word? We'll be open about it.
Yeah. Is there a track on the album that is closer to your heart than others?
I think that My Girls is pretty close to my heart because it's about my friends. I was born in Spain and I am an immigrant, so I wrote this song in a really homesick moment, and because we are a big part of each, of our lives, and the distance is tough. So I think that that's a pretty special track for me. Almost dating too, because it reflects when I started dating my boyfriend too. It could be a really close to my heart one. But yeah, I think that My Girls, if I have to pick one, My Girls.
You've got an album launch coming up. Can you tell me about that?
Well, so we had an album launch that got postponed because Melbourne weather is beautiful. We were gonna do it in a garden through parlor gigs, and then we passed it to a lounge room, and then the government sent us a message, so we decided to be safe than sorry. So we postponed it, and it's gonna be held at the Toffin Town on the 4th of January, and Dreamcoat and Shukura Chapman will be playing with us too. So it's pretty exciting venue just to play.
And what else is in store for 2018? What are the goals of the band?
Well, we just trying to put together a really interesting video, which is taking forever, but I think that that's gonna be one of our highlights. Also, me doing some acoustic gigs and playing instruments in front of people could be great. And but I think that we didn't stop working, so we are still recording our next songs, and because we have a lot of songs going on at the moment, so we just keep recording and releasing and playing gigs and see how we go. No plans, it's just more with the flow at the moment.
Okay. Sharon from Jackie Got Lemons, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me.